For Chapter 2, Exercise 5, I'm going to start this one again just by going to New, Sketch, EX2-5, say OK, and then once this sketch window comes up, I can start this one a little bit differently. I'm just going to go to Rectangle. And by drawing in a rectangle, I now have my dimensions kind of locked down a little bit. So I know that this section right here is 100, and this segment right here is 90. Now, realistically speaking, that's pretty much all I really need to draw at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and finish out the rest of this piece. So in here I've got a flat oval, which I'm just going to use another rectangle for, and then I've got two circles. So I'm going to draw the two circles, making sure that they're the same radius, and I'll be able to dimension everything here in a minute. So now that I've got all this done, I want to put a fillet on my corners. So when I go to fillet, I'm going to click here and here, and then I'll click here and here. So now I can change my fillet radius to 20 over here and over here. Now one thing you'll notice is it did convert my dimensions to weak dimensions. See, so that's no longer strong. So I can replace the dimension, which is what I prefer to do. That way I know that I've got a strong dimension in place. So I'm just replacing those two with strong dimensions. Now I can use the coincident constraint and grab the center point of this and the center point of the fillet in each instance, because those are lined up equally, or they're concentric to my fillet radiuses. So the size of these is a diameter of 20. Now the only thing I'm left with is the dimensions for the box. Now the box has a height of 20, so I'm going to change this to 20, and it's got sort of a weird width situation. It gives you the width of the interior of the box, which is 40, and it is centered in the object, so from this point to the edge is going to be 30. And then from the midpoint off of the base, it's actually 30. So at this point I'm going to go ahead and draw in my circles from the midpoint out and the midpoint out. Now I can just use delete segment to get rid of what I no longer need. And you'll see the only thing that really changed is it automatically deleted my 20 because I had that 20 in on that line. So now I can go in and just reinforce that that's 10, and it left it weak, so I'm going to go ahead and just create a new dimension. That way it's not a weak dimension. And then a new dimension from the center point to the bottom, making that 30. So in this case I used the rectangle with the fillet command to make the exterior arcs, but the interior arcs I just used a rectangle with some circles to iron out all of that. So once you get this one done, you can go ahead and save it. And the thing to keep in mind is there's more than one way to do this. I'm just trying to show a way that I think is easiest to accomplish it using all of the features of the program.